Why can I hear it? Hey, Scott from Aristocop.com here.
And Seth from SethMarkwood.com.
And Jonas with DagnersPipe.com.
And together, along with you, the four of us tonight, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again, boy, and good to see you, Jonas. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, man, it's my pleasure. I'm glad to be a part of this. And
all right.
Let's get it going. Ready.
So was chatting with Jason about the possibility of having Jason join us, and he said, you know what, I'd like to give my seat to Jonas. And after a little debating on, do I really want to do that? I don't even know this guy. I realized that, you know what, you're good enough for Jason, you're good enough for us, and so we're happy to have you here.
What do you think? First impressions, what do you think about this guy?
About this guy? The guy you're looking at?
Yeah, what do you think about this guy?
You look a lot like Seth's brother-in-law, but with a longer beard.
Nice. Some part of the family already, huh?
Exactly.
Well, I'm coming for you. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on the coronavirus lazy whatever this is. So I'm on the front end.
Between me, Jason, and Jason's dad, we got you covered in the beard department if you ever need backup, all right? So just let us
thank
know.
you for that. How long do I have to look forward?
Yeah, how long has it taken to get to that length?
This is going on 6 years, with with some trimming, I'm trying to get it down to my belly button, but this beard is an interesting story.
How long do you think it'll take to get down to your belly button from this point?
I mean, it's been going on 6 years, so when you grow a beard, it's really strange because it goes through all these phases of maintenance that that you start dealing with. Instead of your beard growing long, it's like, how do I keep it from breaking, or getting damaged? And at this point, it's all about damage control. And because I'm outside skateboarding a lot, sweating, it just makes it harder to grow longer and longer. So, really, if you see somebody with a really long beard, I mean, very rarely do they do much activity with it because it's so hard,
Do you use beard oil or anything else to keep it supple?
Yeah. So when your beard's short, obviously it's a little bit different to manage, like you're trying to make it look good when it's short, and definitely like beard oil and, brushing it constantly and trying to form it right. But as it gets longer and longer, now I can just put it in this braid, and it's like super low maintenance. It'd be like having long hair, like when you grow on your hair long, it's in your face and you got to deal with it. Same thing with the beard. Once it gets to certain points, like putting it in a ponytail, and super easy,
So when that is unbraided, is that hair from over here as well? I mean, how broad is that, the reach of that beard?
It varies between. I felt like obviously the hair right here is like when it likes to break more because it has all the stress and tension on it, because when you usually have it together, and at some points of I grow my beard, I'll let the sides grow down and it'll blend into it, but then once it starts getting too crazy, it won't hold into the shape, and you just got to trim it and then regrow it certain parts, like up here by my sideburns. I mean, it would be really dumb for me to have hair coming out of here. It would just be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So over the years, I've gone through stages of trimming and trying to maintain it and trying to keep it healthy, really, for the long run. And if your beard looks like crap, it's gonna make you feel like crap. So I just try to keep it looking.
Jason told me the one thing that you're most uncomfortable about is talking about your beard. So we're gonna go all night talking about your beard.
Oh, all right.
No, you didn't say that.
Well, he's part of this. He's a part of the reason why I have this beard.
Yeah. Okay. So I know that you've known him a while. So tell us a little bit about where you come from and a little bit about your background, and then ultimately we'll tie this back into your relationship with Jason.
Well, it all starts from obviously his parents, Jay, which y'all know, and Dixie, who are amazing people. And they set up a really good environment for me and him to hang out as kids and skateboard, and and so I met Jason when my father moved to Florida back when I was in sixth grade. Coming from New Orleans and then moving all the way down to Central Florida. I was looking for somebody who skateboarded, and Jason. When I was looking at everybody in the school, man, there was only like one person. That was Jason, who showed me, like, who had all the signals. He had he had the bangs, he had the blonde hair, he had the skateboard shirt, and like I was like, that's who I need to be friends with right there. And then from that day, he happened to be in one of my science classes, and we were dissecting onions, and putting food color on them so you can see. I don't remember what the food coloring does, but something it does, and it shows you like. And I look over and Jason's eating the onions. He's like the only kid. And everybody else is doing the food color thing. Jason's eating onions. So I'm like, man, that's who I want to be friends with. Right there. That dude's awesome.
That's funny. So then, from that point on, have you been in Florida?
No. After I've gone from Florida to New Orleans, back and forth a couple times since sixth grade. But after I graduated high school in Florida, I moved to New Orleans. And I have family here, and then it's a different lifestyle down here. It's a different pace of life, and they got a lot of great things about this city that it has to offer if you look at it the right way. And so I always loved this the big city feeling in a little city that New Orleans has. It's really a lot of great people down here, and after high school, I decided to make this my full residence, and I ended up starting my family here and everything. So, but I always go back. I got family in Florida that lives by Jason, and I go see them, and I see Jason, all the time.
Were you in New Orleans during Katrina?
Yep, I sure was, and at that time, obviously, I had to evacuate and wasn't able to come back because the area I was staying in was flooded. And so when I moved back to Florida, I moved back to my parents' house, and that was close by Jason's. And we actually, Jason's dad had an apartment next to his house that he owned, and Jason, we stayed over there, and it was perfect. It just all worked out, and we had a place to live when we came back, and it was right next there, Mr. J. It was the best place to live. Awesome.
Is that the same town that they're in now?
This was in Mount Dora, which is where me and Jason grew up. I don't know if you've ever been to that area, but it's a beautiful town. It's very unique as it has hills, and the significance of hills in Florida is amazing to have that in your town. Because especially me and Jason, we were just every day after school, we would just go and skate these hills and just tear the town up. And, if you even search Mount Dora, and I think you put Jason Dagner, you see there was articles and newspapers written about us when we were kids. We would just tear up the town, and, the community didn't know what to do about these kids that were just going crazy on these hills, and just they were freaking out. And it's hilarious if you go read these stories about it. It was in the newspaper, and Jay's dad and my dad, they were basically advocating for us the whole time, and telling us to go play and don't even worry about it. And that's what we did, man. We just tore up that whole town with hills and a skateboard. It was amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How many were in your skateboard gang?
It was it was three of us. This guy named Rashad, and me and Jason. We were all in the same grade, so. Man, every day after school, it was go over to Jason's house. He had a couple of ramps in his yard, and we'd go hit warm up in his driveway, and then we'd go hit downtown. And I don't know if you've seen in Jason's videos of him skating in the downtown area, but man, we figured out a way to go from one end of the town all the way to the other, going at least no slower than 10 miles an hour the whole time, if not faster. Most of it, and make a complete loop and come right back where we were. And it was just so cool.
What would you have done with a boosted board back then?
A boosted board? What do you mean, like a motor board?
Yeah.
Probably throw it away.
No, come on.
Nah, we don't need that. I mean, like that takes the fun out of it, you know. It's exercise. You know, you take that part out of it, it's really not the same.
Do you have a motorcycle?
I don't have a motorcycle. That's one thing I don't have.
If you did, would it have a motor on it? Because that takes all the exercise out of riding a bike.
It does. But there's a difference.
Maybe a little bit. So, as I recall, didn't Jason? Was he professional with a skateboard? Did he compete, or I don't know? What's the story there? And
so
same for you.
He's really good. I mean, he's amazing on a skateboard. He's better than he's one of the best skateboarders I know, and he has always been good on a skateboard. It's just that he could have been pro if he wanted to be pro, and but living in Mount Dora in the middle of Central Florida, it's back then you need to live in California, and and that's where the scene was. But now it's all over with the social media. But I mean, like Jason, he got into other things with bikes and cars and stuff like that too, which was great to do in Florida, and he was able to switch over to different little things and dominate in those activities just as much as he does in skateboarding. It's really amazing. Like, Jason's really good at anything he wants to be good at. I mean, he's done so much with motorcycles and building motorcycle engines, and I mean, it's people just they just want him to build their engine for him. And I've seen him build many engines for many people, and he got real successful doing that. Not even trying to be anything. He's just doing good work. And people notice, and that's basically what he's really good at doing.
Yeah. So then, after school, what did you do? What have you done since high school?
Well, since high school, I didn't really have a good education where I could get good enough grades to go to college, and so I just took a different route and focused on learning trades and working in restaurants a little bit. Develop my communication skills through working in a restaurant, and just take every job as my college kind of education, and learn as much as I can. And ultimately, I ended up opening up my own businesses and stuff like that, and I had a real successful run at that.
So this is where you wind up when you eat the onions in science class. It kind of paves the path for your career.
Yeah, I was like, man, there's another science experiment in this class nobody knows about. Is Jason eating an onion? I was like, that's the real experiment right there. Everybody else is doing the wrong thing.
That's funny. So are you a pipe smoker?
Yeah, I'm not as a hardcore pipe smoker as Jason, but I do see the value in this, and this is one that Jason recently gave to me. It has the photo, and that's a little doodle by Jason on there. It's a drawing, and then he put my name on the bottom of it, and he recently gifted this to me,
Neat.
And it's got his little autograph on there right there, and it says 2020. And these pipes mean something to Jason. It means something to the people he gives them. And it's like, when you get this pipe, man, you're just not getting a corn cob. You're getting a little bit of essence of awesomeness from Jason.
Yeah.
It's really amazing what these.
So, in case somebody watching this doesn't know this, Jason, I don't know, what year was that set? Maybe 2014. When were we in Nashville and he was launching his Spryer pipeline?
Yeah, that sounds close to right.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, we did 2014 knows. Was when we were in Chicago, and then it would have been 2015 or 16. Right. Anyway, Jason launched his Spryer pipeline, Italian-made pipes, but designed by Jason. And And then not terribly long after, started working with Missouri Meerschaum on a collaboration, which is the pipe that Jonas was just holding. I have one of them out here too, somewhere, not important.
I mean, Phil Morgan's an awesome guy, man.
Oh,
Can't say enough about that guy.
There's one of mine.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have an all-seeing eye painted on it, but
no, I could fix that for you, though.
Could you?
Want to send it over? Get you one over there.
Somebody commented on the picture that I shared of you, asking, "What is that pipe?" It's like, that's a Dagner cob, and it's got some custom ink.
Yeah, definitely. Got tatted up, you know. And,
but it's cool because what Jason was doing there is it's very similar to one of his Briar pipes. Unlike the Missouri Meerschaum pipes that have a real simple plastic injection molded plastic, that has an Italian bit on it, like the acrylic stems that they call them everywhere else but Missouri Meerschaum. They call them stems. And it's different than every Missouri Meerschaum pipe I'd ever seen. And super popular. That was the year it launched. That was our #1 selling pipe at aristocob.com. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's not still our top selling pipe.
Oh, really?
It's a great design.
I believe it 100%. I mean, Jason makes these pipes like nobody else, man. I mean, it just looks so cool. How could you not like this thing? I mean, look at it. I mean, it's just beautiful. You know, one of his Briar. I always keep one of his Briar pipes too, right here. You know, this is a nice little one. I mean, just this. You smoke this thing, and just teleports you to wherever you want to be and whoever you want to be. You know. What do you think of me now? Look.
Oh, that's a big improvement. I would never take it out.
This takes me somewhere else, you know?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So, Jonas, you've known Jason a long time personally, but you're not working together. So how did that come about?
Well, we didn't plan it out or nothing. It wasn't anything planned. And, you know, that's one thing about Jason. You know, he's able to just, you know, he's able to make it come natural, you know, and it's a talent he has, and he, you know, it doesn't feel like work at all. It just, you know, everything that we went through in life has brought us to where we are here, and there was no methodology behind me working with Jason. It just automatically happened, and we go on little adventures, and then, you know, one adventure leads to the next, and we have more clarity every time we go on adventures, and this is just the next adventure, you know, and you know, my job with working with Jason is to capture as much as possible so we can share it with everybody. He has so much information, and you know, it's almost impossible. I'm ready to get an assistant right now because, like, you know, it's that much information. Like Jason and his dad, you know, they're just like a dynamic duo, and they just pump it out, and I'm just trying to collect the pieces, you know. So it's quite the adventure, you know, and it's fun. It's fun. So it's not work at all.
Jason does something that is unusual, and that is we've talked about before on this channel when a manufacturer manufactures a product and then they inspect it, it's considered quality control. Mm-hmm. When a reseller gets that product and also look it over and also cull through them to make sure that everything's good, that's called quality assurance, right? Because Jason is not the manufacturer of the Italian pipe. However, it's got his name on it. Yeah. And I have never seen a reseller go through the kind of quality assurance that Jason does with his pipes. It's insane in a good way what he does.
You know, that's the heart and the love that's in it, you know. That's the passion, you know, that it takes to really do something like this without manufacturing your own pipes. You know, you really gotta love what you're doing, and that's just him being so like, he wants everybody to have the perfect pipe. He knows how it's really hard for people to capture what he wants, and sometimes it's easier for him to just go ahead and do it the way he needs to do it to make it perfect. And, it's hard to monetize that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Have you seen him go through that process?
The process of what exactly? There's a lot of process.
So especially when it comes to the Missouri Meerschaum pipes, when he gets a batch of those, he's taken all the stems out. He's holding a flashlight on it to make sure that the draft hole is clear, because hey, they're drilling a wooden dowel, basically drilling a hole in the middle, and sometimes there's some sawdust in there, right?
Yeah.
We would tell our customer, blow the sawdust out. Jason says, nope, we're going to remove that sawdust, or we're going to check it out and be super, super critical of it. And again, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that his name is on it. And he just insists that higher quality, which I appreciate now also reselling those pipes, because those pipes they have a premium price. And so if you're going to spend, let's say, $20 on a corncob pipe, it is a corncob, but it may be the first corncob pipe anybody ever has. Right? So, that's you don't want it to be a dud.
First impressions count,
Yeah.
John. Yep. John Keller's chiming in that he's had the honor of assisting with quality assurance with Jason. It's a process that he takes very seriously, John says.
When you're not manufacturing a pipe, you got to be involved in some form or fashion, and that way of him doing that is still putting his extra little, heart into it. Yeah. Even though he can't manufacture it, but I mean, like, man, there's a certain look this pipe needs to be. It's a certain, when somebody gets it, man, he don't want them having those little sawdust things in it,
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you want, and it's embarrassing to have that, and and so, if he can give a little bit of his time to make sure this pipe comes out right, that's where the heart is. That's where the passion is with Jason. And it doesn't matter really who makes his pipes. Although we do appreciate people who make them, because without them we wouldn't have the pipes. But it's the love and the perfection that he has for this. He visualizes all this way in his head what he wants. Nobody tells him to do that. It's just something he does. I've seen him do it for motorcycle motors. Anything he touches, it's always a way that's going to make it better.
Yeah. And have you seen how he identifies the ones that are just absolute junk? He draws an eyeball on them.
He didn't tell me that. No wonder why this thing feels weird.
I thought for sure you do that. No, I'm just being a jerk. Do you have a particular type of tobacco that you enjoy?
I do. It's a medicinal tobacco, if you know what I mean.
Okay. You're smoking an herb of some sort?
Yeah, there's Cbd herbs, and then I mean, there's the qualities right now that you can get and stuff like that is amazing. I mean, it's like it's premium quality stuff, and you've probably seen Jason post some CBD things on that.
Yes.
And, it's great for it's great for people who don't want to really smoke tobacco, and gives them an alternative that can just bring the healing powers of the pipe,
Yeah. I know that I had both of my knees replaced last year, and through the couple years leading up to my surgery, Jason and I were touching base and comparing medicines and treatments and things like that, because my worst injury came from a skateboard, and I can only imagine what Jason's knees are like from his experiences.
I mean, his knees were destroyed from the motorcycle wreck, and he rehabilitated them, and he's gone through a long journey with those knees, and they're a blessing in disguise, because without those knees being the way they are, it's kept Jason grounded, because he is so extreme. He would strap himself on a rocket, just go for the ride, you know. What he's doing on his knees on a skateboard right now is like, you really have to have the appreciation for skateboarding to understand everything he's doing on there. It's that hard, and he can't run anymore, but the way his knees healed up, they were perfect for skateboarding still. You don't have to run when you're on a skateboard. You only have to be in a certain stance, and apply power and pressure and balance. And he's still able to do that on a high level, especially at his age of 43.
Wow, he's old.
Yeah. So old.
There's not much competition out there at 43 on a skateboard doing
so. All right. So as a nod to Seth's Back to the Future shirt, what would a 43-year-old Jason have said to the sixth grade Jason? What advice would he give?
You'd probably tell them that everything is going to work out the way it needs to be. Don't ever doubt yourself, and have no regrets.
Yeah,
that's what he would have told me.
That's good. Yeah. So then, what do you bring to Dagner Pipes? What are your core competencies, and what are you going to focus on?
Man, I am just figuring that out. There's no.
How long have you been working at Dagner Pipes? I know it may be difficult to kind of actually put a timeline on how your relationship's been, but we
it's been, I don't know, man. You could put several months on it, but you can go watch, if you go watch his YouTube videos, you can see when I started popping up a little bit more and more and more. And, that's when things have started rolling in this direction. It was, and what I'm basically doing with Jason, he's, everybody's wondering what's going on,
June 30th.
Yeah. Everybody wants to know what's going on with Jason. Everybody wants to know when the next pipe's coming out and all these things, man. And there's only so many messages Jason can answer, and we don't want people to think he's being rude by not answering or more. There's only one guy, and he's got a lot on his plate. He, for somebody who's doing what he's doing and selling pipes and building his brand up for the most positive, thing that you can imagine that he wants. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of ideas. It's a lot of brainstorming. It's a lot of figuring out the future. And, I am here to help assist him. And it's more like, I don't know, an analogy that that there's that song called Running with the Devil. I don't know if that's the song, but I'm basically trying to run with the devil and have the best time I could possibly have without screwing it up anymore. And just adding a little bit extra to it, and helping him out. So, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. I mean, I wish I could like really spill the beans on everything, but
sure,
there's so much going to happen for the pipe community, man. It's going to be awesome, and what y'all guys are doing too, man. This is great. This is awesome. Shoot, man, I like those shirts you have on too. Those button-up plaid shirts. The one you had on last week, I liked a little better. But
well, I am the plaid dad. I can't help myself. It's my thing.
Well, it's kind of rad to me. To me, you seem like the rad dad.
So yes, Seth and I are like Jay and Jason, right? We should probably collab on like a Heaven and Hell tour or something.
Let's do it, dude.
Like Stryper and Judas Priest.
Stryper. Man, did you listen to Stryper?
Did I? I still do listen to Stryper. They got a new album coming out. Dude, they've got some really good. You should listen to their latest album that came out about 1.5 years ago. Goddamn Evil.
What do you think about that? Did you listen to that album, Seth?
Not the newest one, no. I mean, I listened to the stuff growing up. No, For me, well, look, I don't listen to any of that kind of music. So I'm a kid of the '90s and the 2000s. So punk, pop, emo, all that garbage.
Like, give me something. Come on, give me something good.
Emery, Taking Back Sunday, May, My Chemical Romance, all those.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and I posted on Instagram the other day some cover art from the band The Deer Hunter. Are you familiar with The Deer Hunter?
I mean, is that a new band or that's
Nope.
an old band, right?
No, none of the above. I mean, I guess they're probably 15 years old. And
okay.
The guy,
like a metal band or something?
No, I would call it progressive rock. Put it in there with Jethro Tull and Kansas, bands like that. It's interesting, though, the guy that is a lead singer and songwriter, he basically came up with a whole story, and that story he is telling in different acts. And so their albums are Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5. It's a six-act story that he's telling. And it's what's interesting about it, too, is the music. If you listen to Act 5, you will hear certain melodies and certain things that harken back to previous parts of the story. So that's very similar to the chord progression from Act 3. And in fact, the kid that's becoming the man in the story is, kind of reliving some of the stuff from his childhood. It's a very interesting music to listen to.
Well, if you like stories, man, you're going to see some stories unfold with Jason in the future, man. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of acts going on. So if you like those type of things, it's going to be in there. As far as my job with Jason, mainly it's organizing ideas, keeping him accountable for doing the things that I need him to do in order to get the message out and open the communication with people who need to speak to him, but he doesn't have the time to talk, or he's busy, or he's being creative, and so he's more like the creative architect of this all, or the creative engineer. He's creating it all, and it's my job to collect it and try to put the pieces together the way he sees best possible, and then execute on those things, and then follow up. Like constantly follow up. Whenever you have a business, man, it's like, to get things done, you need to follow up with people. You need to call them up. You need to email them. You need to make sure they're getting the information they need to get. And, that's what I'm helping him out with, all those kind of things that pull away from his creativity. And, that's, a lot of people ask, like, oh, is that you on the Instagram account? That's not me. I mean, I have access to his Instagram account, but, I filter certain things out that are negative. And handle those situations, because Jason's built for speed. He's built for speed, and he's built for adrenaline and excitement, and those things sometimes don't allow you to have that much fun.
So, well, there was some radio silence from Jason for a while there. He I know that he kind of shunned. Well, he was way too active on too many platforms for a time there, right? And then I think because of that, when he backed off, it felt like there was a vacuum. And I don't know if you're prepared to talk about that. If not, we should get him on the chat. Jason, tell us.
we can talk about that. I mean, you can ask me anything you want, and I think with anything, when you do something, like Jason, it was all like a sequence of events, Instagram being there, YouTube being there, social media, giving him a platform, which all these things have done, have brought him to the next level, because not only do the people like his best friend get to see all this great stuff he does, and the people that are in contact with him all the time, but now everybody gets to see this stuff. And whenever you do that, man, work creates work, and there's only so much you can monetize in life, and if you're putting out this awesome product, and people love it, you know, and you're doing everything from the shipping to the quality control to the delegation to the relationships, living in that environment, you know, like breathing it, man, it takes a toll on you, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to reformulate. There's one thing in the business that Jason knows how to do is when things are going differently or need to change, he knows how to pivot.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Was he caught up in the adpocalypse at all on YouTube? Was his channel monetized at one point, or is it?
You know, Jason, like I said, he doesn't try to do anything, you know, and his channel, he's never ever, like, I don't think, you know, tried to monetize it by, you know, making it search engine optimized where people find his videos because he puts a certain header, like title in the thing. Everything he's done has been organic, and he's not that type of person who's trying to game the system, you know, as far as like all that just naturally happens. I mean, I was writing it down the other day. I mean, he's got almost 23,000 people on Instagram follow him, you know, no ads.
Yeah.
Just 16. He's got Dagner Pipes that has 16,000 followers. And, you know, and he has another one that has 15,000 followers on it. I mean, the man has got a following, and it's not because he's forcing it. It's all organic, you know?
So my question wasn't, is he paying for ads? My question was, on YouTube, was he running ads or monetizing? You know, a lot of people will monetize their channel, and a lot of folks about 2 years ago got in big trouble when Coke and Ford and all the big advertisers pulled their money out because they were being called out by people that, hey, do you realize your Coke ad ran in front of this guy's video? And so all those big companies pulled their money out, and channels that were making thousands of dollars a month in basically Google money, because Google owns YouTube, suddenly we're finding that it didn't matter if they had a big audience, they didn't have advertisers. So that was my question. Was his channel monetized or impacted in any way by that?
Nope. Okay. He never even tried to play that game. Never.
Gotcha.
I mean, like, it wasn't even like, you know, I even asked him about it in the past, and he's like, I don't care about any of that. I just use it to put my information out, and, you know, authentic, man. I mean, authentic to the bone, you know, that Jason. And that's, you know, that goes to show you, man, he's not doing it so people can run ads on his channel. You know, he's doing that to get his message, and you know, that's valuable. But you know, having that many subscribers is super valuable in this world and industry, because
it is.
You know, that's the people who are going to take action and buy his pipes. You know, those are the people he loves. You know, the people that want to see him. You know, he's there for them.
I know that he's been very generous on his channel with shout outs and you know, promoting people that, again, there's not you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, quid pro quo kind of a thing going on. It's just he genuinely likes to see other people succeed.
Yeah, I mean,
always like that about Jason.
Giving shout outs. I mean, like, you know, see somebody selling pipes on like eBay, he can send them some traffic over there to, you know, help this dude out, you know, sell some pipes for, you know, help this dude sell some pipes, you know.
Yeah.
It's very endearing the way he acts when it comes down to you know, just being authentic and really approaching this pipe industry with respect, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonas.
Sorry, go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna jump in. You mentioned. Really, my question is, are you helping Jason manage just the Dagner pipes? Because he's got a number of different, I don't know, branches or businesses. Are you working on him with those other things, or just the pipes portion of it?
I mean, the pipes is, you know, right now we're focusing heavily on the pipes, you know, and building, you know, figuring out new ways for him to get in touch with more people and to share his message. And so, you know, there's so many things that I'm helping him with right now. I don't know which one specifically you're talking about, other than the pipe ones. But do you know which one you want to say, or I could tell you.
Oh no, I don't know in terms of other businesses. I just know he's been involved in a number of different, I think, enterprises, motorcycles, a number of different things that, really, when I think of Dagner, as a brand, I think of a number of different categories that I know Jason has been involved in, not exclusively the pipes. And so I was just curious if you're helping take the load of the pipes off, or with any of the different
I'm,
activities.
well, he definitely has some other things on the side, but I am just basically here to help him get what he wants to get accomplished. If he tells me, "Hey, I need you to help me get this new pipe in the right person's hands," or I need to I need to get this information from this guy who owns this pipe company, or speak to anybody. I help him do that, and
Yeah.
and I just help translate what he's saying into a way that other people can understand it, and understand that, like, he's trying to do business. This is business, and we're ready to do it, and I mean, I'm here to help him in those things, so he can be more creative doing the things that he's great at.
I know that Jason, like me, I travel a lot for my work, not pipes. I'm a corporate trainer. I travel a lot, and everywhere I go, I try to search out the best brick and mortar. And I go and I buy a cigar and I buy some pipe tobacco and I hang out and kind of get to know the culture of the place. And in fact, I've been to some cigar places with Jason there in Tampa, and actually, we did in Orlando. Excuse me, not Tampa. And I know that he has some of that same heart, because so many of those brick and mortar places have been hit so hard by taxes and by do-gooders who want to push out tobacco users. And, I don't know, can you speak to that? Have you picked up on that passion?
Oh yeah, the ability to, like, help the people that really matter in the industry. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what we're really focusing on, the people who in the industry who need the help and who will benefit from it, and benefit from his platform. We're communicating with the right people who are positive in the industry, and we're going to do great things with them. And just like, he's been given. If you look at his Instagram story, he's been, this person sells pipes. Go check out this person and this person. Let's get the money back into the shops, because that's where the community's built, man. That's where the people are, and that's where they're going, and we need to be there for them, and we look forward to being active in that a lot more, making appearances, and just, really giving what he wanted to give in the first place. But when you get caught up in the mess of business, man, sometimes it could really prevent you from doing things too.
Yeah. Well, tell him the mini bike's got to go with him on the appearances, though.
Well, those always come. Those got. He needs to do a wheelie like a mile long every time he gets on that thing. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know how the engine doesn't blow up from being upright so long all the time. It's insane, man. It's insane.
Well, he's brought so many people to this hobby that I think traditionally would not have been drawn to pipe smoking. Right? Pipe smoking was for dinosaurs like me. And, the fact that he's had that connection with the guys on the bikes and the guys on the skateboards, and, again, a whole group of, I guess you could call them, extreme sports fans that maybe would never have considered a pipe.
Yeah, I mean, he's opening up that to that demographic, and that's the demographic that needs to come into this space, because every generation is needed to make this thing last forever, and and fortunately, Jason knows a lot of people from his Instagram account and his YouTube account to really spread that message and get these pipes in the right hands, so they go to these stores and buy them, and support local manufacturers, and keep certain things in America that are nice and use other things in overseas and go over there and help everybody out. It's really, it's not a financial thing. It's basically our biggest challenge is organizing the amount of fun that we're having to continue on doing this, because, man, pipe community is awesome. The guys there are awesome, man. I mean, like, it's all there,
Yeah.
And it's a certain caliber of people, and
have you been to a pipe show? Have you been to like Chicago or Nashville or any of those big get-togethers?
I haven't been to pipe show, but I look forward to it. There's some manufacturers that we want to go check out, and there's some really cool places, man. They have lounges and they have these things, and man, it's just be a great place to meet up with everybody and just like chill out, just to meet and relax, and share the power right here, man.
Yeah. There's an amazing tobacconist in Milwaukee, not far from the Harley Museum and the Harley engine plant. So I've been to both of those and the pipe shop. And those places are now so rare. We got to support them.
Yeah,
we have to.
We're doing it, and we're gonna do it with your help too. You're gonna be a part of this, and this is just the beginning right here. We're planting the seeds on this thing right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, boy, we got anybody chatting over there?
Yeah, let's get some questions. Let's get some.
Well, I have one. I have one for you, Jonas. Okay. This is real important. Brace yourself. What is your ideal peanut butter and jelly combo?
Ideal peanut butter and jelly combo?
Yeah, so think like type of jelly, type of bread, crunchy, creamy peanut butter.
Well, I like to eat my peanut butter jelly on bread, but like I like to grill the bread, and heat it up a little bit so the butter gets kind of melted and squishy, and then like grape jellies is definitely can't go wrong with their sugar-free grape jelly, Don't need all that sugar. And but yeah, I like it grilled, kind of like a grilled cheese.
So you're making the sandwich and then you grill it as opposed to toasting the bread and then making the sandwich.
Yeah, so like my stove that I have has like the long grill, on it. And, and so basically I would put the peanut butter on one slice, put the jelly on another slice, put it together, and then kind of like put it on the grill and put some weight on top of it to kind of smash it down like you're making like a grilled cheese, and then flip it over a little bit, and then then cut it with a knife, and then it looks like two little perfect triangles, man. You just go
My friend, I will eat your peanut butter and jelly sandwich anytime. That's the way I like it.
Did you say I may have missed it? Crunchy or creamy?
Like it's really hard to find good creamy peanut butter that's healthy, But it depends. Creamy is usually good if it's like unhealthy peanut butter, and then the crunchy and the oils is usually pretty good if you want to be a little bit more rustic with it, and I like the differences of both.
And then one more really important clarification. What is your ideal peanut butter to jelly ratio? You go 50-50? Do you go more peanut butter, more jelly?
It's hard because like when you spread the peanut butter, sometimes it gets pressed down into the bread, and it's really hard to tell how much you got there,
But if you could tell.
I try to make it an even spread of both. Maybe sometimes a little bit more jelly, but just to give it a little more moisture,
So Jonas, this is the reason why we didn't want to share our questions with you, is we wanted to get this top of mind.
That's right.
Great questions, man. I love it. Yeah, I love it, man. I got all the answers for you.
Well, good. I got more questions for you. So,
before you move on from peanut butter, I saw the show America's Test Kitchen. They just did a thing on tasting peanut butter, and they took the crunchy peanut butter, all these different brands, put them into a strainer and ran hot water over them to determine how much peanuts are actually in it. And their top brand had twice as many chunks of peanuts as their the ones that it beat out. So from a crunchy peanut butter standpoint.
And what was the top brand?
And they had two categories. They had a natural brand, which I don't remember, and they chose Skippy over Jif. Even though choosy mothers choose Jif, they chose Skippy extra crunchy peanut butter. Yeah.
Wow. Man, a lot of times those things aren't even peanut butter, man. You look at the ingredients; it's just oil. I mean, it's not even real peanuts.
Hydrogenated oil. Yeah.
So do you do the natural peanut butter?
You know, it's not what I want in my mind, but it's what I do.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
You got to always fight the sugar addiction.
Yeah, nobody's doing stuff. We're both we do low carb keto diet over here, and fighting sugar all the time.
Yeah, it's you know, trust me, I would love to have that Peter Pan peanut butter. You know. Yeah.
So you mentioned having a family. So you got kids?
Yeah, I'm married. I have two kids. One's 16 and another one's 6. 2 girls. They're on my Instagram account. You can see if you scroll down a little bit. I'm very fortunate. Yeah,
I saw them. I'm throwing you softballs here.
Yeah, I got a beautiful wife. Beautiful life. You know. She's amazing. I got 2 kids that are great, beautiful, talented kids. One of them plays classical guitar. The other one is, a huge Jason fan. She calls him Mr. Jace. And you know, he recently was down here, and man, you know, Jason has his dog Anya, you know, and like, you know, that's his little baby almost, you know, that's his buddy, you know. But you know, when Jason was down here, he didn't have Anya with him, but like. Man, my daughter's filled in the role right there. And, man, she was loving it. And she can't wait to go to his house and see, you know, his all the skateboards and all those things that he has. It's really amazing looking.
I bet.
It's like a museum.
Even in the bathroom.
It's everywhere. It's amazing. It's like the ultimate dream if you're a skateboarder to live in that house. It's like you're living in a skate shop, you know?
So they built the shop in the backyard. That was a pretty big project. What's the plan for the shop?
It's a lounge, you know. It's where you go to go work, you know. Jason's like, you know, he's got bikes, you know, and it's a place where he can put them and enjoy them when he's riding them. His dad has some stuff in there, Jay, and like you know, he goes in there and like they work out in there. They do everything. It's like it's amazing. You need to go. I mean,
so I take it it's climate controlled since it is in Florida,
right? Not yet. He's working on it. You know, but yeah, the summer's about to start, and he's you know, he's got some fans in there. He said, but man, it's amazing chill spot, man. It's like he's got it's awesome. It's like the most creative space you could be in for what we're doing. It's
so I have visited with them on a couple of visits in Orlando, but have never had the time to make it up to their house. So once they get the air conditioning, be sure that they let me know, and I'll.
You sweat some of those carbs out. That's all you got. That's all you're gonna be doing. Good stuff.
So you can eat the Peter Pan peanut butter that day.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Don Juan the Piper said, "Question for Jonas. I like the red bandana. Does it have symbolic meaning?"
Oh, absolutely. I could show what I showed you earlier, but you know, is that safe?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and show what you're.
Right. So this is a special bandana that's been approved by my wife. So it has this. See that?
Yep.
Yep. So it's symbolic because, you know, I like those things. I like those images. It brings happiness when I look at that. And it's a beautiful image. and it's wife approved. And so if I could have this around my neck, man, I know underneath this red is something super that makes me smile every time I know what I'm wearing around my neck, and it's just it's a little secret for me.
So we were talking earlier, and I pointed out that is the exact same bandana, both sides, that Tony the Tiger used to wear.
It's called the Tony the Tiger bandana.
Yeah, just know that whenever you see Tony the Tiger, we all know now.
Secret underneath.
This is what he has.
He's the Tiger King.
Yeah, Tiger. There you go.
John Keller wants to know, will we see Dagner pipes move into other merchandise under the Dagner pipes brand?
Oh, like stuff other than pipes?
Could be, T-shirts or something else.
Yeah, I mean, he already does T-shirts and stuff like that, and but we definitely are building relationships with boutique brands that offer high quality, that they basically go along with Dagner pipes and the same message as the pipes, and they complement each other. So this is going to help us make the community stronger when you start seeing these things. It's going to make it even more special that you have this pipe when it's associated with other special things in different industries that are just like, have people like Jason who cherish what they do too,
Yeah.
So
I mean, definitely weird.
Along one thing that could be read into that, Steam Dome asked, will Dagner pipes come out with a line of tobaccos?
I don't really know yet. I mean, that's definitely like, if the market's there and Jason approves of it, that's what it ultimately comes down to, is if Jason wants to go that route. We haven't taken too much of a direction in that route yet. We are still focusing on the beginnings of all this. So, there's tons of possibilities out there, and we're getting some big players involved, and it's just a matter of time. That's all it is. You'll start seeing it, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Seth, I don't know if you know this, but when Jason and Jay set up, I forget what the show is. It's mostly a bike show that's just northwest of Orlando. That rings a bell. Anyway, they had been doing a pretty big show, and he'll set up a tent with tobacco for people just to sample.
Yeah,
he's not trying to. Yeah, here, let me show you how to smoke a pipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And big old container of Lane 1Q. Good choice if you don't already know that.
We have to be very careful who we get involved with, because we respect the industry, and we're not just going after anybody who throws a deal. It's not about the money, really. It's about the image and the brand, and making sure it's authentic to what we believe the direction is that Jason's going in. So, we have a lot of people that hit us up all the time with collaborations, and Jason's done a beard oil before. He's put out a beard oil product before, and he loves it. And but he's just not doing it with anybody. Sorry.
No, sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. I mean, like, there's only one Jason. There's only enough. He can't be everywhere. So
yeah,
we're gonna make sure that he's getting into the right hands. And
Jonas, I used to work for a woodworking power tool company, and they settled in. They realized that the people that are active in woodworking tend to be active in the wintertime, and the summertime they're active doing other things. And so they used to cross promote and share mailing lists with companies like Troy Built Tillers. And it's like, really, Troy Built Tillers? Well, yeah, these are American made tools that are unique, that are used by active hobbyists that are out working in their yard. And like I say, when the leaves start to fall off the trees, they head back into the shop and start using their power tools again. And there's definitely a synergy finding those partners that, like you say, are complementary. They don't have to be people that are selling the same product but a different brand. It can be completely unrelated on the surface, but be a brand that you guys would want to partner with. So that's great.
Yeah.
Well, it can be harder sometimes to say no to a good but wrong opportunity for the sake of saying yes to the right opportunity. I mean, filtering out and saying no to things is just as important as what you say yes to.
Yeah, I'm pretty much like Jason's filter, you know. Things have to, make sense for him, and I know it makes sense for him, you know. A lot of people approach him with different ideas and stuff like that are just, no disrespect, but Jason's not the right person for it, and that's the way it is, Can't control that. That's just the way it is, and there's plenty of people out there that are right people that need to be given a chance and need to be, acknowledged, and they'll be successful.
Yeah. Can't be everything to everybody.
So Austin wants to know, Jonas, do you enjoy any adult beverages?
No, do not drink. And it's not in my plan at all to drink alcohol. I've only gotten drunk once when I was 16 years old, and that was it. I'm preserving my body, and when I'm old and grumpy, that's when I'll drink alcohol. When there's nothing else for me to do, when I'm completely miserable, and bored with the world, that's when I'll drink alcohol. Until then, health is priority number one.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't drink. Seth is a lush though.
So much. All the time.
Hey, we gotta get you straight, man. You gotta get on board.
Look, one thing at a time. Wow. Look, I've given up carbs for 2 years, okay? One thing at a time.
Alcohol's got carbs, son.
Do what?
Alcohol's got carbs.
Not the alcohol I drink.
Okay, rubbing alcohol does not have carbs. You're right.
Next question. Being that the Dagners live in Central Florida, are there any thoughts on starting a Central Florida pipe club? The closest is in St. Pete. Interest recent expressed on the PMag forum. Pipe Magazine forum.
Let's see. You broke up. I could not hear that question.
Sure. I'll repeat it. Question is, since the Dagners live in Central Florida, do you know, and you might not, since you're not there with them, are there any thoughts about starting a Central Florida pipe club?
I don't know anything about a Central Florida pipe club. Don't know anything about that starting one up. Not that I know of.
Okay.
Could be something we explore. I mean, if that person wants to, send me the info. Tell me about your club. I've had plenty of people tell me about their clubs, and some of them are amazing. I'm like, wow, that exists. So if you know something and you can help us out, point us in the right direction, send me a message. Let's talk.
They are few and far between, and most of them are old guys. And so the clubs that are out there need to start branching out a little bit, start thinking about attracting younger members.
Well, their membership is also going to be local, which would make sense that you, not living in Central Florida, are not aware about Central Florida Pipe Club. Might be able to answer this one, though. Mr. Pipe Stash asks, will there be more Dagner Cobb shapes made available anytime soon other than the poker? I love my poker Cobb.
Any other Dagner Cobbs made other than the one that I have right here?
Yes.
Well, that is a great question. And the answer is we're going to have some more Cobbs coming out. We're going to have, we've been working on some really cool things. And we're just getting the details out. I wish I could tell you more, but the ball is in motion and it's in full motion. We have something really cool coming out soon, and it's great. Well, when the time comes, maybe we'll get Jason to come showcase it on your show.
The fact that you knew the name Phil Morgan tells me that you you know what's going on there.
Phil Morgan is the man. He is a great dude. I mean, his even the lady that answers the phone.
Yep, Marilyn.
Marilyn, man, shout out to Marilyn. What a great person. And Phil, we've been in communications, and we're working on some great things, some cool things. And I think you're gonna like the next edition coming up, because I'm excited about it, because we've been working really hard on this, and it's gonna show. You're gonna like it. It'll be awesome.
Very good.
That is awesome. Great news. Sorry to hear. Will the double barrel make a comeback? Love to look. Miss the chance to pick one up.
I heard Jason say something about a barrel earlier today or a couple of days ago. I'm not sure if he was referring to that one, but or if he was referring to making one. But he did mention something about a barrel, and I don't know if it's on his Instagram story or something like that. But I don't have any details about that. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw one in here.
I don't know if you can see it. That was the double barrel Dagner. Mm-hmm. So if I recall, it's a reverse Calabash pipe.
Mm-hmm. Is that something you like?
A reverse Calabash?
I mean, did you like that pipe right there?
Okay, you have to understand, I am not a briar smoker. Mm-hmm. I have a couple briars. I have a couple of Jason's briars, but I have them because Jason's my friend, and when I'm thinking of Jason, I'll smoke that pipe, right? But I'm a cob guy, right? So I'm just as likely to reach for a Dagner cob as a Dagner briar. More likely to reach for a Dagner cob. But the reverse Calabash idea, the having that chamber that cools the smoke before it passes through the stem, is it's got some legitimate properties that people like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we're man, if we're more than happy to work on things that people are excited about. So these questions are great. It's given us more things to work on, more projects, and more things to think about in the future. Definitely. I mean, we can. Jason can spit out the designs like crazy. He's a design machine. It's really phenomenal how he can spit out a design. And I've seen him spit out a design in less than a couple of hours. It had so much detail on it. It was amazing. I wish I could show y'all, but I mean, y'all are gonna see it. It's gonna come, and he's gonna come on here and he's gonna show it. But I mean, the detail he can do, and to make it something there's a lot of pipes made, and for him to come up with something original every time and unique is just so cool, man. I mean, it's just it's amazing that he's able to do this,
Yeah.
Jonas, if you had to give a TED talk on a topic you're not an expert in, what would it be on?
I don't know, man. That's a hard one.
So
I guess I'll talk about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm not an expert in that,
Well, obviously, if somebody's going to put you on a stage in front of a bunch of people to talk for 18 minutes, you're going to study. So, is there something that you would be that passionate that you would say, okay, I've always wanted to learn more about fill in the blank?
I always wanted. I'm not an expert in making things happen, but I always wanted to learn more about how you can manifest things in your mind and make them happen. The way Jason does a lot of times. He he has this gift of just, he gets it from his dad, from his mom. It's just, this to perceive and to the future and make it happen. I've seen it worked. I've done it on my own level, but I mean, like, I wish I was an expert on that, and Jason is an expert on that, and that's super cool power to have. Just to be able to think positive, and then all of a sudden, it just comes to you. Just the manifestation of it, of whatever you're thinking, can become reality if you really truly believe it and want it to happen.
Well, your role is important in a lot of people's success too. Having somebody who's willing to tell the guy with the inventive mind, that's very clever, not a great idea. Mm-hmm. Or to say, that's a great idea, I'm going to go ahead and make that happen. Right? Having somebody who can edit and be a listening ear and encourager, but call it straight when somebody needs to hear that this is probably not the best thing for us to pursue right now.
Yeah, that's impossible to do with Jason now. He's got so many things going out his head. I mean, like, it's crazy. Like, I can't even keep up with it. Like, that's what I said. I need to hire an assistant pretty soon. Because I wish I could tap into that more, but I mean, like, that's what makes Jason. Like, he's already 10 steps ahead of me, and I'm the direct feed of what he's getting, and it's an awesome place to be, man. I'm seeing some magic happen, and y'all see it. Y'all will see it too when he releases these pipes, and they're just gonna sell out. They're just gonna sell out. People are gonna want them. It's gonna be like a part of Jason they're gonna be getting. And
that's cool.
I'm his best friend, so I get this for free. I'm the lucky one. I'm trying to share what I get from him to y'all, and show you the benefit of being involved with Jason is tremendous. I mean, you've met him before, you've seen him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he just has that magnetic personality. You can't buy that, and you can't make it, and you can't fake it. Yeah. That's why he has so many followers. It's authentic,
Yep.
Austin wants to know, what is the Dagner brand message exactly, and does the company have a special motto?
Ultimately, it's a positive message, and a healing message, and a message that we don't want to tell people what to think about Dagner pipes. We want them to experience it, understand it, and just don't buy a pipe because it has, Dagner pipe stamped on it or whatever like that. It means a lot more if you get to know the person behind the pipe. And so whatever that means, whatever you get from Jason, some people might get negative things, some people might be offended. Whatever that is, that's good. We're good with it. If you buy a pipe from Jason and you're offended by something he posts on Instagram, well, you're awesome for thinking about Jason, and sorry you got offended. But I mean, like, it's all, and there's really no message other than just the natural thing of us putting out information and let people decide what they want to think about it. And if you don't like it, that's fine. We're not gonna. We understand that there's going to be haters and people who don't like what we do, and that without the negative, there's no positive, and without the positive, there's no negative. So you need both.
It does seem like it's human nature, and right now that nature is so raw that as we get to learn and know one another, we look for commonality. But when the commonality isn't exactly the same as us, we like to say, well, you're wrong, and you're the way you're thinking, the things you're believing, it makes you some sort of a heretic. And I miss that. I wish that people were more. What's the word I'm looking for here, Seth? I don't know. I appreciate our differences, I guess. Maybe not everybody does. We've had in the past people that criticized us because of my doing a video with Jason at a get together or something like that. And it's like, well, you're in the wrong place because you're talking about my friend.
Yeah, it's your friend. They don't look. They just look. They just want to see what you see, and then maybe one day, they'll see it too. That's all we hope. And,
I think, well, that's a really good point. Yes, I think talk about getting together and eating some barbecue somewhere or getting to know Jay and Jason. They're not the caricatures I think that people think they are sometimes.
I don't really know what people think they are. I have a hard time viewing what people see, and what they get to see on the Instagram board, because, for me that's natural. And it might be, I don't see any of it as offensive at all. I just see that Jason being Jason, and if it was any other way, it wouldn't be authentic, if he wouldn't put a photo of something that, like he likes, then that would be fake, and there's no point in being fake when it comes down to any of this, That's why I think like he's so successful. He has a way of bringing his message where it's not offensive, but it could punch you in the neck if you don't look, if you walk in the way and you take it the wrong way, and unfortunately that's the way it is. He's a good guy when it comes down to it.
Jason's an adult, and Jason's a man, and sometimes adult men are offensive, and to some people's sensitivities, that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, maybe they need to get their estrogen checked. Maybe they need to get their testosterone checked. If they're not sensitive. I mean, go get some blood work. Go check it out. You see what's going on with yourself. Find out why you feel that way.
Too much sugar, too many carbs, probably.
Too much sugar. Right. Too much inflammation. You're putting the wrong things in your body to make it feel good. Like simple.
B1 Dexter asks, do you have a symbol of your friendship with Jason?
Do I have a symbol?
Yeah. Do you guys have like matching tattoos or something?
Well,
did he give you that bandana?
People are always like, oh, you shouldn't do business with your best friend, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I understand that, but, not many people have their best friend tattooed on them, When you know that your best friend has you tattooed on them, then there's no separating. There's no argument that's going to outlast the tattoo. And that's the way I look at my relationship with Jason. It's forever, man. It's written in ink on my leg. And I think I have if you go to my Instagram account, you can actually see the tattoo. If you scroll down care enough, you'll see it. It's a photo of me and Jason, and what got drawn in an anime style, because I like anime, and then at the time I had long hair before I shaved my head, and then before I had a beard, and it's a drawing of me and him, my hand around his shoulders, and we both have our skateboards, and at the time we didn't know, the reason why I got that there was like, it's kind of seemed kind of stupid. My wife was like, I can't believe you're getting your best friend tattooed on you, like having to explain that to her, I was like, listen, it just feels right, and to this day, it makes sense. It all makes sense now when I look at it in hindsight, where I am with him right now and where I'm helping him and where he's helping me, And Jason's the best friend I could ever have. He's like so much of a best friend. He takes on responsibility of making sure that I'm able to do the things I want to do in life through his ability to do them. He includes me in his plans, and the things that I need and the things that I want. That's what a best friend does, man. Shares his life, people he cares about.
So do you have any interests that are different than his? Do you have any hobbies, or are there any bands that he thinks sucks that you just absolutely love? I mean, here's where you can confess your love for the Cowsills or the Carpenters.
I like Justin Bieber, and go look at my Instagram account. I mean, it's there. I'm authentic.
Are you down with the Bieb, are you?
And it's really motivating when you see somebody use their ability to communicate and become the top person in the world of doing what they do. When they have somebody, the right people behind them, man, the stars align for these people, and things just happen that don't seem real. And it's not so much the music, the work ethic, and the story behind it, that this one kid could just come from YouTube videos and share his story, share his message, share his work ethic, and do everything that he wants to do, and that's what I get out of it. That's why I like it. That's why I'm a believer of Bieber. It's that. It's not so much the music. It's the work ethic.
So, which body part has the Bieber tattoo?
I haven't gotten that one yet. I was figuring I probably have to get my wife tattooed on me next. If anybody,
Good call.
Balance things out.
Yeah, if Bieber is next and then wife, it's probably not going to go very well.
You just gotta change your motivational message, and I'll get you tattooed on me.
Yeah, can't wait to get my tattoo on you.
These are great questions, man. I'm loving it.
All right, well, I got another one for you, Jonas.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
give me some more.
What purchase of $100 or less has most positively impacted your life in the last year?
Who asked this question?
I did.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
$100 or less. Yeah. I got plenty of them right here.
Nice.
Yeah. This is a gift from Jason when he sent me his board before he came.
You got a little bit of a connectivity.
Can I say, yeah, we're losing you a little bit there, Jonas.
Give it a second.
Sorry, we lost you for a second.
Let me know when you can hear me.
We're back, I think.
I think the skateboard overwhelmed your camera or something.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. So, the skateboard just had too much energy coming out of it, and
too much positive energy.
Couldn't handle it. Yeah, that's what happens, man. The ready wasn't world to see that. The world wasn't ready to see that. So
that's it. So when you buy a skateboard, what are you most interested in? Is it the art on the deck? Is it the trucks? What is it that you look for? I'm assuming you're building it to meet your needs.
Yes. So there's all types of skateboarding, and some people use it for transportation. That's totally not what I use a skateboard for. I don't use it to get from point A to point B. They get with a backpack on. I use it for pure stress relief. It takes me to a place where I can't think about anything else but what I'm doing on that skateboard. And it frees my mind up and allows me to focus on one thing instead of focusing on multiple things, which it's like therapy to me. And this skateboard gives me the focus. I have to be super focused on it because I'll get hurt, and I'm not thinking about anything else except landing this trick and feeling amazing after I land it. And there's not many things in this world that can do that, and teleport me into this stress-free environment while I'm having nothing but fun. Other than hanging out with Jason, he's kind of like another, he does that all the time for me. But when you hang out with him. But so the skateboard is set up, depending on the type of ground you're riding or where you're going to be. I usually choose the right. I got multiple setups, and it depends on the day, the weather. How you feel that day. If you're going to do something that's going to require you to slide or grind something, or you're going to be jumping a ramp or something, or you're skating through the city. You need softer wheels to absorb the impact. There's a lot of engineering and stuff that goes into skateboarding, and the research and development has been heavily all figured out, and so you can pretty much buy any type of skateboard you want from the 80s all the way up to the 90s to today, and it's pretty good in manufacturing, producing these products.
Yeah, now the skateboard that messed up my knees was in the 70s, and they were very narrow and very tall. Way too tall, very poorly designed, and
it's probably like a probably one that you used to go back and forth with, like a snake. Huh?
Yes, they were not designed for any tricks. Yeah, it was sidewalk surfing is what it was.
Yeah, definitely. I know that. I mean, I skated in the '80s, and my first board was like really thin and like really like small too. So those are fun too, man. You can have fun on anything these days, you know.
Well, being on it wasn't bad. It was being off of it that was bad.
Suddenly,
Sudden dismounts.
Yeah, that's life, and that's one of the lessons skateboard teaches us is that you fall down a lot in life, and you fall down a lot in skateboard. What matters is if you get back up and do it.
Yeah.
Don't let it beat you down. And that's one of the things that me and Jason are really good at doing is that, we get knocked down a lot, but we used to getting right back up until we do it the way we want to do it. And with everything in life, when you same logic towards things in life, your business, your family, your friends, keep pushing forward, get back up, never give up, and keep trying until you get what you want. Because if you put enough hard work into whatever it is, you're doing a skateboard trick or creating a business or doing a podcast, if you put in the hard work, it's going to be successful regardless. It's going to feel something. It might feel amazing to you. It doesn't have to feel amazing to anybody else but you. And as long as you feel good about it, that's what skateboarding is about. It's about getting back on your feet, knocking the dust off, and go trying again until you get what you want.
So you were doing, I'm probably going to use the wrong term. I would say you were a fitness instructor, right? You were doing boot camps for folks.
Yeah. So, the way this works is, like I said, I went to college and I was interested in doing something that was health oriented and in learning how to be successful. And I realized like it doesn't matter, really, it doesn't really matter how I look or if I got bulging biceps or if I got 6-pack abs. It's just like with a book. Nobody cares who the best author is. It's all about who's the best seller. And so when I started my fitness programs, I was able to understand how to make a website, how to get my website optimized in search engines before social media. I know how to do, I learned how to do media buys and Facebook ads, like all these things behind the scenes of running a business. I learned how to do them through the fitness industry was my tool. And, I've been very successful with the fitness industry and to the point where it kind of I got tired of it. I reached a plateau. I own businesses and I sold them all last year. I avoided a big headache over this past with not having to deal with the COVID-19 stuff because those gyms, man, the group fitness is done right now. And those guys are going to have it hard. They're going to have to pivot. They have to pivot to one-on-one training and, making everything exclusive. And, they got to jack the price up on these things because when you're in that industry, the best way you can make money is by having the high volume of people coming to your gym or coming to your classes or coming to your boot camps. And that's not going to happen anytime soon,
Yeah.
And so, so I pivoted, got rid of the businesses. I had a CrossFit gym. I had my own facilities. I had these boot camps in the morning. I used to train over 100 people at one time in a park, and I had to hire a cop to deal with the car situation when you had that many people coming. That's a lot of cars, and you don't realize these things. And, I had to hire a cop for security for the cars and all this stuff while people are working out in the park. It was just crazy. I had a lot of success. I had, a lot of accolades. Like I had been on the news multiple times, done live things and been written up by prestigious newspapers overseas and in London did stories on me. I've had a lot of accolades in the fitness industry, and then I've also given back a lot too. I've helped out Navy SEAL teams. I've done charity events. You always got to give back, and you always got to think of new ways to make people happy in this industry. And so
have you
now I get to
experienced
do it, huh?
Have you experienced how unfriendly some of the social media platforms are for advertising anything that's tobacco related? Have you checked into buying Facebook ads or putting things on Instagram that where you want to boost something? They don't like boosting tobacco related businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these platforms, basically all the social media platforms are just advertising platforms, really. And there's a back end to every one of them. And as soon as you build up a following, then these companies find out, well, let's how can we make this person now that he's generate income off these followers? How can we make him pay for these followers? And so then they'll cut down the traffic, and they even say, well, now you got to pay us to send this message out. That's what they all do. And you see it in all of them, and it happens to everything. Eventually, you build up a big following on Instagram, or they're going to say, well, hey, we're not going to show this until you start paying us to show this to people. Now that we see that you proved yourself, you have valuable information, people want to see it. Now we're going to make you pay for you to show you this. Yeah. And, you just got to understand that's the way it is. It's a feelings factory. It's a business.
Well said.
Got a couple more questions. Yep. Steam Dome asks, how much does Jay's influence have on the pipe designs?
Jay is the father?
Yeah.
Well, they have a great influence because Jay created Jason, and those signals trickle down into Jason and come out under his arm, and that's the beauty about this bond that they have is like when I go over there and hang out with them, it's like everything makes even more sense when you're able to talk to his dad and then see Jason. You're like, oh, well, that's where Jason is.
I get it. I get it now.
This way. I see it. I get it. Like, and just like with you and your father, there's certain characteristics about you and that trickle down and they come across in this podcast, man. It's great. It's influential,
It's mostly handsome good looks that he gets from me. That's
and unfortunately I pass on to my sons.
I noticed you worked on your lighting a little bit more over there. You got you look a little, putting a little bit more effort than your son, into the way you come up. The lighting's nicer.
Wow.
You got the nice button-up shirt. It's like it's a competition. I see it. I see the competition. Who's the most handsome competition? I see.
I am so jealous of his facial hair, though. Everything you see here, which is not much, is all I can grow. Mm-hmm. I got no hair here at all. And
but look at all that hair on your head, though. Can't compete with that.
I have a ton of hair on the head. Yeah, that's how that goes.
Look at that hairline. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful hairline you got there.
I don't complain about my hair much. Well, that's not true. I do, don't I?
All the time.
Man, you don't have to worry about. Man, you lucky guy, man. Look, you got your son on the hair. I give you that. He might have you on the beard.
Oh, he does for sure.
But yeah, I can tell, man. You're doing a good job keeping that hair up. I like it.
Thanks, appreciate that.
How long does it take for you to get it ready in the morning?
Well, that's a good question. Well,
what's the routine,
Yeah, I have to sit under with the hairnet on for a while and under the dryer. So it takes exactly 0 time. Yeah, I don't. I put hair gel in because if I don't, my hair goes straight up. I look like cultural appropriation if I don't put hair gel in my hair.
How's the back look? Let me see. Can you give me a little side view?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Tight. I like it.
Now I've got pictures of me with very long hair back when I was a young man. When Seth was born, for the 9 months that we heard that he was coming, I didn't cut my hair at all. It was just sort of a tribal thing. And there's some baby book somewhere that has my hair was braided like your beard and cut off and put into the baby book.
Oh wow! Hey Seth, let me see the back of yours. Let's see.
Why?
Let's see.
Oh, it's just
his is short.
It's just hair.
Oh yeah, man. Oh man.
It's just hair. It's getting thin up here though, but it's funny we're talking about this. I only just a day or two ago. So I've now gotten to the point here. I've not touched this at all. So I've not done any trimming, any grooming, really anything, with the exception of maybe a couple of days of beard oil. But it's getting to the point where it needs something. Mm-hmm. And so I went to YouTube. So we had George Bruno, member of the pipe community and big on YouTube, and also a barber who has had a huge, big beard in the past, went to some of his videos. And, as YouTube does, it then started recommending all sorts of beard maintenance videos. And, man, it is incredible the amount of time and investment some people put into just maintaining that. It feels like a lot of work. It feels like a lot of work.
Manscaping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, one guy had like 4 brushes, plus a heated brush, plus a blow dryer, plus beard oil, beard paste. What is it?
Beard palm. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. Palm. But yeah, like, like your stage that you're at right now is like the hardest stage to be in, because it's like your hair is just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And, it's like that when you shave your head and let your hair grow out from a crew cut, it looks like crap for a little while. It's like the beard goes to that same stage. And the best thing you could do is like, you make it a little damp. Maybe you put some beard oil in it, brush it with the beard oil, and like and use the dryer at the same time to kind of makes it a little bit more flat while you're growing through the stage. Beard oil and brushing it will definitely make a huge difference. And just develop that routine, like the hairnet routine your dad has.
That's right. Well, I've done that. I've done that a couple of days, and it definitely helps. It's real wiry. I think all the grays too. It's really wiry. George Bruno, one of his videos, it was on advice I'd give my son to grow a beard, and the number one piece of advice was whatever frustration you have right now, the solution is growing it longer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, it sounds like that's confirmed here.
Just for men too, use that, for those grays.
For men.
It doesn't. Yeah,
man, you can go to town with some Just for Men on your head, man.
I have never colored my hair. I've had no desire. When I was in,
was it blonde or has it always been light?
No, it's brown. It was brown.
Brown.
Yep. When I was in 6th grade, Steve Martin suddenly hit the scene, with King Tut and, Wild and Crazy Guy. And I immediately decided I wanted gray hair like Steve Martin. So it's been a long time coming. It doesn't bother me one bit. I don't ever want to color my hair.
What about Kenny Rogers? Were you like, I can look like that Kenny Rogers guy?
The Gambler? I'd love to look like the Gambler, but I don't want to tighten my face like he did.
All right. Scott asked.
Any more questions?
Yeah, Scott asked, any plans for a partnership with Lonesome Camel?
Lonesome Camel. Never. Who's Lonesome Camel? Do you know?
Nope. Just reading the question.
That might be the CBD. That sounds. I know the CBD company that Jason smokes.
Okay.
Maybe that's what he's referring to. I'm not sure. But we don't have anything that we're doing a partnership with Lonesome Camel. I don't have that on my radar right now.
Okay.
It might be like Jason does a bunch of things that I don't really like monitor too as well. Like some things that he can handle. I just stay out of it. So there might be something that might be something he has he knows about more than I do.
Yeah. Mr. Pipe Stash asked, being so health conscious, and we've already hit on this a little bit. Do you smoke a pipe, briar or cob? And then do you have a favorite tobacco, and what is it if so? And I know when we asked that earlier, you mentioned herbs being your favorite. Do you have a more traditional tobacco that you have smoked and enjoyed? And if not, I will challenge you to have one by the next time you're on the show.
Listen, when I am saving my tobacco for when I have the ultimate person to smoke tobacco with, time is right, and his name is Jason. Give me exactly what I need at the right moment, and whenever he's ready to give it to me for me to enjoy the way that he feels like is the best way for me to enjoy, I'm trusting him to do that, and that's how I feel about it. And
So you're
Jason
looking
has
for a
enough.
Yoda.
Jason has enough tobacco for 2 lifetimes.
Yeah. He's got. Listen, I've been over his house. I've seen it. He's got all this beautiful tobacco, and when the time's right, he'll share it with me. I'm waiting for it. He cures it, and he's got all these jars that look like jelly jars that are just like, man, they're just up there waiting, and they just like looking great. And he's I've smelled some of them, and but the thing about tobacco is I'm health conscious, and it doesn't resonate with me. Because of the I understand why people smoke it, and I get it, and I'm positive for that. But when it comes to me, I have to have a super benefit out of doing it,
Sure.
and like I don't want to destroy my health over something when I can choose an alternative that kind of is like more medicinal for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I do know with most traditional tobacco pipe smokers don't inhale. Most of the products you talk about, they are inhaled. And so, there's risks. There's risks if you don't inhale, right? I'm putting smoke in my mouth. I run the risk of having esophageal cancer. I can get cancer in my sinuses. I can get it in my tongue, my
Make
gums.
your teeth yellow, everything. Yeah.
Yep, all the time. Hey, man, my dentist and the gal that does my teeth cleaning, she loves my teeth.
Wow.
Every time she sees me, she's shocked. She's like, "So you do smoke a pipe, right?" Yeah, I do.
What kind of toothbrush do you have? You must have a good toothbrush.
I got a really good toothbrush and really good toothpaste, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Goes along with that hairnet. Probably real nice in the morning. Huh?
Real big routine.
I can stick my toothbrush up in the hairnet while I'm painting my nails in the morning.
All right, down to the last couple of questions. Austin wants to know: are there any bucket list travel locations for you or your family?
Yes, I would like to go all over Europe. I would like to go back to Brazil. I went to Brazil a couple months ago, and it was amazing, beautiful planet. Felt like I was on a different planet, man. I don't know. Have any of y'all been to Brazil before?
Never been to
Brazil.
Oh my God, it's like you know that place like where Wonder Woman's from. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
It's like going there. It's like.
So you were not in Rio then?
I was in Rio. I went to Rio.
It's awesome.
Amazing.
And you didn't get robbed or anything?
No, there's not. Like if you believe the news or anything you read, then you're you just don't believe everything you read. Okay. Because I did not get robbed. I mean, I only felt I felt good energy when I went there. Everybody was nice.
There's obviously places anywhere you can travel. There are places you could go that would be scary and places that are perfect, right? That's true of any town I've ever been in. I watch a really interesting YouTube channel called Active Self-Protection. And this guy takes closed circuit television footage from all over the world, and he kind of runs through robberies and muggings and things like that. And he talks about what could this person have done differently, or what did they do that was right. And so many times he'll say, "Hey, we got this new one out of, well, where else? Brazil." I mean, easily a third of all the shootings and things that he is showing out of Brazil. So yes, it's an unfair opinion, no doubt.
Listen, they made it seem like a big hurricane was going to come down here and flood New Orleans the other day when this hurricane came up. There was nothing. It was sprinkling. There was nothing. Fake. It was all fake.
They got to have something to talk about for every.
Yeah, they got to have something to talk about. They got to make it more than what it is. Otherwise, it's boring. But Brazil, I mean, is beautiful. The people, they speak Portuguese, which is, not a language that's easily learned, and not many people speak English over there, which was like surprising. I had to use Google Translate on my phone, and they would type it in, and then I would translate it, which worked great.
Yeah.
And man, the people there, the food there is amazing. Everybody's healthy, and yeah, I mean, obviously, you don't want to go to places that are dangerous. I mean, if you come to New Orleans, you could easily go get shot any time in the day you want to.
Sure.
Depends on where you go and who you're looking at the wrong way. Same thing with everywhere else.
I was there once, by the way, in New Orleans.
Yeah,
I went down that street.
Yeah, Brazil is, man, it's a jewel, man. I went and saw the Christ Redeemer statue.
Yeah.
Man, that is just something you'll never see anywhere else in the world. And I lived in Hawaii for a while. You never see something like this. It's beautiful.
So you do realize if that were here, there would be people protesting and wanting to take it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't really keep track of what other people do that much. I got my radar set on a different signal, and I'm staying positive, and let the crap fall on the ground, and I'll know where not to step when it falls.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah.
All right, I've got 3 more questions.
Yep, let's go. I'm ready.
Pancakes or waffles? That wasn't mine.
Belgian waffles.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, this one is mine. You can thank me later. If everyone except you and one other person on Earth disappeared, but you didn't know their location, how would you try to find them?
I'd probably just I don't know, man. That's a crazy question, but I think the more you try, the harder it's going to be in that situation. So I would just I'd run into them, let it happen organically. I think that's how I would handle it.
So you know how my dad would answer that. So my dad was an Air Force pilot, and the things that he had to carry with him in case he was shot down for survival, and he would go down the list of basically his EDC, but always a deck of cards. And the idea behind that is once you get yourself safely situated, you got your fire going and you've got shelter. The next thing you want to do is start playing a game of solitaire, and within minutes, someone's going to look over your shoulder and say, the black 10 goes on the jack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's his joke. I need to practice it, I guess.
Well, no one plays solitaire with cards anymore is the problem.
I could probably use the grid on your shirt to locate somebody too if I had your shirt on,
Yeah.
Probably
yeah.
That's maybe why you wear that. Maybe
if you stare at it long enough, there's like a shark comes into view, and there's like a treasure chest down here too.
You got to kind of go cross-eyed a little bit.
A little bit.
And Jonas, the last thing I had is just wanted to know, what else, what other news is there, or is there other news worth sharing and that you can share? The exciting news about new corncob designs coming. Was there anything else that you want to talk about?
People have to be. The news is you have to be patient, and if you follow Jason's content, you can figure it out. That's all I'm gonna say. He puts it all out there for you to see, and if you can put the pieces of the puzzle together, which he lays out beautifully, you can have all the answers about this company. You'll see it all, and it's out there. It might be a little cryptic sometimes, but there's nothing that I can't really share anything because it's all working. It's all happening right now, and we're thinking 5 years down the line, and we're stacking up ideas and ventures and really trying to lay this out so where in a couple of months you'll you'll look back on this video and you're like, man, that's what he was talking about. This right here, what's happening right now. And they're gonna have to come to your show and watch it in order to get it, And then this is all part of the puzzle right here. Like me coming on here, talking about all these things is set in the future for future things. And you'll see Jason, and you'll have him on this show. You'll see, and you'll be grateful of the experience will be awesome, and he'll be able to answer these questions way better than I can answer them. But for right now, I'm trying to get a lot of the information out in the fastest way possible that makes the most sense.
Yeah. So where can people find you? What do you want to share your social, your Instagram feed, and obviously Jason, Dagner Pipes. Where else?
Mm-hmm. Well, I recently got off Instagram, and I posted a photo on my whatever feed saying I was going to be off for 6 months. I needed a detox from it. I was spending 2 hours a day just scrolling. You could track your time on there, and like anything, man. 2 hours plus a day scrolling, not even really being happy doing it. And, some things I would see, a lot of things you don't want to see, And so that's over 10 hours a week I got back. It's almost like a whole day of being awake that I got back, and which is shocking to me how addictive Instagram is. And I recently, I take it off my phone because it's just, your thumb is programmed now to open that up every second of the day. Every time you drive in your car, you want to see how many double taps you get, how many comments you get. It all feeds you, and when it comes down to it, you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta get your ego in check and just realize, like, hey, I don't really need to see this. I don't really look at this in the car. I need to focus on what's right now, and so. I'm back on Instagram, but it's not for pleasure. It's not for ego. It's just to help out with the business right now and to give people a way to contact me if they want to do things with Jason. If they have some ideas, I'm the person they need to go through to get into Jason's hands. And that's the way it should be.
So then, what's the best way for folks to get in touch with you?
You can go at Jonas Defess, my first and last name all together, JONSDEFFES. You find my Instagram account, send me a message. I've been getting so many messages. It's even, that's why I said I need to hire an assistant pretty soon to keep up with my workload. Really, we're not really putting that vibe about like we're trying to get business right now. We've got things that are lined up that are already in the makes, and you'll see it. You'll see it. Time goes on, you'll see it, and people want to do business with us. More than happy to open up that conversation and see what it is. But we you can also send Jason a message. I access to his Instagram account, but I mean it's not me posting. That's Jason's mind working the way it does, and giving everybody the information they need to feel included and to feel special and to feel like you're not wasting your time looking at stuff, and he'll always that's his vessel, that's his channel, and I'm just there. Certain questions ask him, like regarding business and stuff like that. Partnerships are going to be sent to me, so I'm like kind of like filter to get things done, because might be a good person to work with, and we want to make sure we don't send them the wrong vibe or ignore them, or we make sure that we are accommodating to what they're asking for us to do, and we're giving them the information they need to be able to do their job better too. We want to work in partnership, and just like when we like me communicating with y'all, I mean, I'm 100% in. I was there for y'all when y'all messaged me, and I was 100% in, support everything y'all do. And I wanted to make this podcast that, experience for everybody that listens to it,
Yeah, well, we've enjoyed it. We have. Do you have another question there, boy, or we can wrap it up?
No, that was it.
Okay.
They got any controversial questions on there?
You
might see.
Well, I mean, the chat blew up with the whole peanut butter thing, but
Okay.
no,
Even
nothing. I've read every question that's come through.
so the Bieber thing didn't set the chat on fire?
I don't think it did, actually. I don't think so. Yeah.
Is Jason in there?
Surprising.
Jason in there?
It has been poking around, yeah.
Okay. Is he asking a question? Let's see if we can get him to ask a question.
No.
Because I was going to ask you, what is one thing that you thought to yourself, okay, I'm going to go on here. I hope they ask me about this, or I hope they avoid this. Yes.
You know, I don't know, man. That's a hard one to think of. Pretty open. You know, I thought maybe some people were gonna ask if you know, pictures about on the story or something, like maybe like a controversial picture on there, maybe something they didn't like, you know. And but nobody seems to be asking anything really that's that hard to answer, you know. You know, I'm not here to lie to anybody, so you know, I just want to give everybody the right information so they feel good about watching this, you know, and feel like they got something out of it. You know, I got some hair tips, you know, and I got
Austin
some.
wants to know, does pineapple go on pizza? Is that controversial enough?
Well, if it's on the menu, it does. So that's how I feel about it. You know, and, you know, it was great. It was great conversating with y'all. I can't wait to do this again, and I can't wait to you know, we're gonna make sure that everybody that follows Jason sees this interview and sees y'all, and
Cool.
you know, and yeah, just have a good time. I had a great time talking to y'all, and I really like your Back to the Future shirt. That means a lot to me. It also means a lot to Jason. Jason is a huge Back to the Future fan. He actually has the replica skateboard in Back to the Future that he skates on, and it's a you know, it's a very highly coveted Back to the Future item, you know, a Volterra skateboard, and that skateboard he skateboarded in the movie has influenced a lot of people to start skateboarding because that movie was so cool. You know, I mean, like hoverboards too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Jason's a big Back to the.
Still waiting for my hoverboard.
Do you throw in on that Kickstarter?
Do you think that's ever going to be invented? You think that's ever going to technology is ever going to get that big?
No, I mean they've done that thing where they actually created that track that actually was producing an electromagnetic field and all that jazz. But no, that's just not going to work.
No, it's just not. I know it's.
And I want one that all my friends can tether onto and I can pull them around. You know,
you gotta have more power.
That's the pit bull. Yeah, that's the pit bull. Yeah.
It is the pit bull. I got a pit bull now.
Dude, you know that movie is so strange. You look back at it and Biff turns into like Donald Trump. Honestly, like it's kind of weird, you know, like
in Back to the Future 2, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like weird. It's like same haircut, you know, like most powerful position you could have, you know. It's weird, you know.
Yep.
So we.
All right. What?
Well, the theory we talked about a couple weeks ago, but there's a video that there's a theory that every time that Doc Brown saves Marty McFly, that it's actually Doc Brown having come back a previous time because Marty actually died in that instance, and Doc just realized, you know, that he's got to save him. So, you know, when Marty's about to get run over by the car and Doc Brown lowers the banner and saves him, well, Marty actually died.
How did he know to do that? Yeah.
Right. He actually died there before. And so Doc Brown has come back again. And so the video was doing a body count of how many times Marty McFly actually died in the movies and was saved through time travel. Yeah.
Wow. That people really read into that, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
they do.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Jonas,
So
well, thank you
if
so
you haven't
much.
seen it, and I'm talking not just to you, Jonas, but to everybody watching, if you haven't seen it, go watch the new Bill and Ted trailer. So Bill and Ted 3 is coming out, and I'm super excited. And thank you, everybody, for taking the time to watch to this point in our episode. And Jonas, thank you for your time today. It was a pleasure to get to know you, and look forward to seeing more from you. And with that, make it a great week, guys.
I'll see you guys next week.